So Marshall JCM 2000 DSL 100. This originally came in because it was it would have blown the main fuse, and two of the capacitors, these two, were bulging quite significantly. So that was the first thing I changed. Finding caps that fit the Marshall board spacing was a challenge, but Tube Amp Doctor has the parts, so that was fantastic. The amp was working, if a little crackly. There's already been some work on it. There's the board is slightly damaged in places. Yeah, I wanted to stay well away from that really. But then I turned it on today to put the right value fuse in. I put a 1.6 as opposed to a 2 because I don't have any 2s, but I bought some 2 amp fuses and now there's a 2 amp fuse in, and no output. And it was a bit crackly to start with. I thought that might be a preamp tube, because as soon as I plugged it into the loop return, I got a good output. So I assumed there was something in the input, and I swapped some tubes around and it drastically improved the sound quality. But I plugged it in today and no output at all. Plugged it into the FX loop again, return, and nice output. So I knew there was something wrong with the input again, and sure enough, this little fella here, R13, is the plate resistor, 220k for one side of V1. So I've had him out and replaced him, and I'm getting a good output now. So plate resistors are really common problems. This one seems to have resolved the amp, and I'm getting a really good output now. So the only thing left to do now really is reassemble, put the last remaining screws in, plug it in, bench test it, make sure it's working on all channels, give it a bit of a half an hour, maybe an hour burn to make sure that it stays stable, and yeah, fixed Marshall. Until the next time.